Good evening, welcome to the Waterboro Economic Development, I'm sorry, Waterboro Budget Committee meeting.
Come on, which meeting?
Kind of related.
And today is February 18th. I'm going to start by introducing ourselves.
Diane Seehagen.
Sherry Stone.
Jim Southworth.
John Burrows.
Tim Neal.
Gary Lamb.
Julie Giles.
Okay, and on tonight's agenda, we're going to start off by discussing and voting with, starting with the fire department and the EMS budget on page 11. And then we'll proceed to the end of the budget.
As a refresher, Mr. Chairman,
Yep.
just remember that column B, the department head column, has 4 full-time employees in it. My column, column C, has 2 of those new 4 full-time employees in it. And obviously the bulk of the information is on the next page, but that's why the reflection of the totals in line 297 is so different. And that's really shown in line 301 on page 12.
The gentleman you emailed us about that is going to Vermont, was he a per diem on-call or was he permanently hired?
He was one of the service people.
He was not permanently hired, he was on call. The thrust of that email was his on-call availability
On-call, okay. Just wanted to double check.
as a volunteer. Thank you, Dave.
Do we know what his timeline is to hire the 2? Is he going to try to hire them at the same time, or?
Yeah, we've done that, you remember before. I think Dennis has suggested we purposely wait for X number of months to cut down the amount of money needed that first year. That's happened with the money being fully appropriated, and that's also been a tactic or an idea, if you will, to cut down the cost for the first year. But I would say he would want to go out and do it as soon as possible.
Yeah, there's no streamlining benefit from trying to train them at the same time?
Well, these people are not going to be hired unless they can go into a burning building with an air pack and also be the right level of paramedic EMT.
Right, but they still have to have training, right?
Oh, for the trucks, yes, for
Yeah.
the individual, yeah, that doesn't take much
Doesn't
time.
matter, okay.
That's not a lot of time and money to train them up on our vehicles.
Okay. But the numbers reflect, assuming that they're hired at the same time for the whole year.
Yes.
Okay.
If it's approved by the selectmen, I would say he could be already, you put an ad out saying expected vacancy, he could do that in June if he wanted to, and, have interviews in early July. Knowing him, he would probably do that,
Right.
or close to it.
With the repairs and maintenance, that would go down if we replace that
Where are you,
ladder,
Jim?
right? Line 318,
Okay,
under vehicles,
yep.
94,675.
Mhm.
You could pretty much assume that's going to go down if we got rid of the ladder truck, right?
I think there's a good chunk of that in there. I don't know how much of it is ladder. I could text him to find out. I could certainly address that in selectmen and back to you folks if that changes.
I thought I saw that somewhere. It was like $30,000.
Went up 31,000.
What's that?
31,000.
31,000.
From last year.
What's the question?
Why wouldn't there be a difference in that line too? That's turning gear. You got 4 people versus 2 people.
Yep, I do. Line 319, Julie just brought up a good point. In my column C, There's probably 2 extra sets of turnout gear in there. You see the 41,445 in both columns there.
Yep.
Mine should probably be,
So the 41 assumes 4 hires.
that's correct.
Right.
So that should probably be 37,445.
What did we have in there for how many last year, Gary? One person?
For turnout gear?
So we just hired
So
one
turn out is
person?
4,000 per person?
Yeah, but we replace quite a few every year though.
But I was just
Keep plans
thinking
on
that
it.
wouldn't go below.
Well,
what we
I
had
think
in
he's
before.
basically, yeah, I heard he's saying,
Sorry, I didn't see
2,000
that
apiece.
before.
2,000 apiece, okay.
What about radios and pagers with that?
That would be cycling off.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's,
think that's pretty much what he said.
Because if you look at the back in 2019, 2020, it's the same figure, he hasn't gone up.
Okay.
I'm just presuming.
I think that's logical.
What's the building, the 22,230? Just refresh my, I know we've talked about it, but I cannot.
Give me the row, please.
321.
it's under repairs and maintenance.
I'm looking for his detail.
Section 92.
It doesn't say over there, that, I think that basically refers to other capital improvements. I mean, it seems to be in line with past years, I'm just curious as to what it is.
It's not the,
Coming at you, there's two more.
this is the actual budget document. There you go.
I'm done with them.
Yeah, there's no more detail in here other than the number. I know we need bottom panels on the overhead doors. You saw the corrosion on those. There may be another single pass door that's rusted out.
So
on the
general
bottom.
maintenance on the building.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
That's fine.
Is your pleasure? Do I hear?
I think we should vote on the big lines individually and then the overall budget.
Okay.
So like the line 301.
Okay.
So you want to, okay, so you want to approve the big appropriate, so like, you want to approve the 88.4 for the 2 firefighters as opposed to the 4.
But we'd need
In
a
other words,
motion.
we'd do a
Yeah.
motion, but that's how you want to go through this, correct?
Yeah, I was thinking just the big line items we should do individually and then the rest do an overall department approval.
Sure.
Remember, you have 2 other options. One is 0 new firefighters, the other is 1, so,
That's right, or one,
well, 3.
yeah.
5 options.
I'd make a motion that we hire just one this year. And go up and increment. A second?
I'll second that.
Second.
Yeah, because the truck looms large in my mind. So, yeah, I think you have to do what you have to do, but I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yeah, so, based on the timing, if he wasn't looking to hire another person until about 6 months in, we could probably get away with one. Remember what I was saying about the timing of his hiring?
Yes.
Is he gonna hire two right away, or is he gonna hire them all right away, or does he wanna stagger?
I'm sure whatever was permitted by the budget, he would like to get them as soon as possible. Obviously, he needs the help, especially in the middle of summer.
Yeah. I don't know, I think I'm leaning towards the two, just because of the service call list.
I mean, I would agree with the service call list. I understand that, but we've also got a big fire truck purchase coming up. They need another building, either add on to this building or they need a shed. We can only afford so much.
Right, but that comes out of the capital expenditure budget too, right?
Yeah, that would not be part of this
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah.
And if we add on to the station, we know it's not gonna be part of this budget.
Right.
I agree with two. I'm going to go with two.
So, let's have a vote then.
Okay. Okay. All of those in favor of one, show of hands.
I second it, but I see the need.
Yeah,
So,
that's fine.
I just withdraw your motion.
No,
No,
take the
no,
vote.
I mean-
Take the vote.
Take the
Take the
vote.
vote.
One,
One.
One for one?
Yep.
and three opposed.
And three opposed.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
All those opposed.
that's another motion now.
Now there's got to be another motion.
Okay, I motion for two new hires.
Okay.
I'll
And
second it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't second all over the place.
Yeah, don't be wishy-washy.
Because I
That's
agree,
it.
we need two.
Yeah.
okay, so we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor of two? And opposed?
3-1.
Motion carries.
Okay?
For the record, I really wish more people would step up and volunteer, like the good old days.
That would be nice.
It's the same everywhere,
Hmm.
I think across the country.
Just too bad we didn't have a really good case
When-
study with
when I was
someone
on
local.
When I was in the Leamington Fire Department, we had all kinds of volunteers, you know?
Big family events.
Yeah.
and It used to be like a community thing.
Yeah. We had junior firefighters.
Okay, what do you want to do next? You can go up the salaries, which is even larger, but we want to vote individually.
And you want-
Line
That
300.
was the biggest one to vote individually, and then I think the rest.
Yeah, we can go,
You want to drop my equipment line of 319 by $4,000?
yeah,
Yes.
That would make that 37,445.
37,445.
Mhm.
So do you want to,
You need a motion on that, or you,
Only if you want to, not in my book.
okay,
This is all going to be part of the package.
okay.
so do you want to, from here, do you want to vote on the entire budget for the fire department? Or do you want,
Yeah.
still want to go line by line?
Yeah, no, only if there's something big that someone wanted to discuss further. But I'm okay, for me, I'm okay voting for the rest of the department.
Yeah, the big thing was the personnel, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have your new total back on row 297
Yeah,
at 1,118,348.
yeah, so we have to reduce that.
What was that, 1 million?
1,118,348, if my math is correct.
Now, last year under vehicles, they had 62,800.
Yes.
How much of that did they use?
Well, where we're at right now is February. Vehicle repaired, 62. We spent 39 through, 7 months of the year.
And realistically, we could probably drop that down.
Yeah, most of it was the ladder truck, wasn't it?
There was a chunk of it that's there. I'm not sure how much. I don't feel comfortable suggesting a number to you that can be reduced right now, because we don't know if the ladder truck's happening. And certainly if the ladder truck does not happen, we're probably gonna need all that and maybe more the way the truck is costing us.
So we may be better served budgeting this number.
Well, remember, if we don't spend it, it goes back into fund
Yeah.
balance, it's available for the following year, so. I always try and budget so we have enough money to pay our bills, it's nice to not spend it. I've been
Right.
pretty successful at, underspending our expense budget by 1 to 3% every year and over collecting our revenue. That's just the way I try and work, and so far so good. And for the 6 years doing that here, and a few years prior elsewhere. I understand your point, that's a significant jump.
When will you know, Gary? Like last year, you said you had 800,000 that you're going to put towards taxes. When will you know?
That's up to the selectmen
That's up to the selectmen, what they choose for
to
a
pick
number.
that maximum. It actually goes to them. No, it's not gonna go to the voters this year. I don't think we're gonna put that on the warrant article. We're gonna put a list on there for the revenue sources. Last year we voted on it. And I'm not in favor of doing that again. If you remember, you used to have the revenue lines in each article spelled out. And our accountant at the time said, you don't need to do that. I mean, Dennis likes doing that, so he can tell exactly where the money's coming from for that particular warrant article. And I have a different philosophy on that. And our accountant said, you don't need to do that, so I'm with him.
Okay. Because last year you put, what, 650,000
Yeah, I
towards
think we used 650 out of the
that
eight.
we brought
Then
forward?
you used it, but I had to put the 8 in to make the balanced budget as far as the trio system is concerned.
Because it was on the warrant article. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good reason why. At the end of the warrant this time, the end of the ballot that you'll see in June, there'll be a list of where our revenue sources are from. Last June, it was in a warrant article. Thou shalt vote on this to say yea or nay to it. I'm not gonna recommend we do that this time around. Maybe Dennis will want it in there, and that's fine. But I think we should identify our revenue sources, but they don't need to be voted on.
See, that's where the figures come that you're reading from the reports that I give you.
Mhm.
My journal, my entries have to balance to what town voted on. I can't deviate one way or the other for them.
Because that was voted on at 800, she was obligated to put it in there. If
Okay.
it's just a suggestion and an estimate, which is, and we use the word estimate, even in the article, then the selectmen have up to 800 flexibility,
Okay.
and we kept the tax rate the same.
line 318, for that vehicle.
But they got it down to
No, if you take 4,000 away from that.
How much do you want to decrease it by?
One thing to keep in mind, I would think that you'd be safest to budget for what's in there. If the ladder truck in whatever fashion comes through, well then, we've got too much money budgeted, so be it. I'd rather have it that way than say the ladder truck does not come to fruition, and we're gonna need money to fix it, or to
Are
keep
we
it
going
on
to
the
put the
road.
ladder truck on the warrant as a single item, or is it all going to be under the capital improvement? So if they vote no on, if they don't want the ladder truck and they vote no, you've lost everything in the capital.
Is that a selectman's purview at that
Yes,
point?
they can
That
split
is-
that out if they want
They
to.
can.
Probably not a bad idea.
I think it's a good idea.
Double-edged sword, but not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So that's my feeling on that. I'd leave it that way. Better to budget too much than not enough.
We could split the difference, about 15,000.
I would feel more comfortable if we took out some of it anyway.
Sure.
Are we still on line 318?
Yes.
Yeah. Bring it down to 79,
I'd feel comfortable with 79.
79,675.
Yeah. Make a motion that we reduce it to 79,675.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
3-1. Thank you.
We also have to remember that when they're doing the budget, they're going to look at how much we're going to be bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're not going to be bringing in enough to cover the budget, they're going to have to raise taxes.
Sure. Yeah.
So we want to try to keep it down as much as we can, so they don't have to raise the taxes.
No, I understand. Please, yeah.
Even if they bring in too much and they take money, and we have money set aside, extra money set aside, they'll never, ever bring down the taxes.
Well,
That
that
will
was
never,
just,
ever happen.
they made that decision last year. They could have lowered taxes. They could have used that $150,000 to lower it by a few pennies. Rather than have this domino effect or roller coaster effect, they decided to stay the same, just use less cash. And I think that's smart. People see it go down one year, they're gonna expect it to go down the next year.
So that lowers your total by 15?
Yes.
But the selectmen can come back and
Yeah.
bump it back up,
Pump it back up.
or reduce it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're at 1,103,348 now?
Yep.
So we'll get my calculator unless you got that one.
Yeah,
You agree with that?
1,203,348.
About 1,103. Take the
I did
15,000.
353
You had
increase.
what,
I did
1,218,348?
353 increase.
1,203,000?
Did the fees go up?
I think the
348?
fees went up, yes.
Should be 103.
Should be 1,103.
Yeah, she had 118,
Yeah, you were starting at
1,118.
118.
Are they gonna build a new tower? Not sure.
Well, they haven't shared anything with us, I'm not sure that they know. A lot of times, they play it pretty close to the vest, because if they're looking at an area,
I had 1,118,348.
it could distort the real estate values around
And
that.
then
so
take 15
Right.
off.
Where'd you
They
go?
were supposed to be.
Are you going by Gary's numbers?
That's the number he gave us.
No, because it starts out with 1,222,348, less $4,000 is 1,218,348. and you subtract 15 from that, and it's 1,203, 348.
Yeah, that's what I get.
Okay. And that's what Herbie says, too. You're doing it longhand and then shorthand.
1,203, 348.
There you go.
Yeah.
My math is wrong.
I like Gary's numbers better.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, that's $100,000.
Did I miss any motion or second while I went out of the room?
Nope.
Okay.
All right. So do I hear a motion on the general fire?
Okay, I'll motion for $1,203,348.
I'll second.
A second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
3-1.
I'm only opposing as a firefighter.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hydrant rental, right, last line on page 13. Gone from 59,700 to 61,000. Not much we can do about that.
Pretty much is what it is.
Yep.
I move we accept the 61,000.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
4-0.
Opposed?
Thank you. North Corner Fire Department, as you probably recall, they split their budget 3 ways between Waterboro, Shapley, and Alfred.
They're all volunteer, right? West Corner.
I believe they pay stipends to their people. I don't know if they pay them hourly. I'm not 100% sure. It's a tiny department.
I'll make a motion that we accept the $9,360.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
4-0. Thank you. Now garbage, my favorite subject. Transfer station. New person in line 365. New part-time position. And remember, the new truck driver is going to be in Public Works and not here. I believe that's still the case. Yes.
So the full-time man, if they hire a new full-time manager, will he have to have all the qualifications and certifications that Clint had?
He has to get them. Most of them are online,
As we
the training that you do. You go to some DEP classes, transfer station related classes.
Okay.
I don't know, he's done 2 or 3 of them by now, I think. Josh has.
Whatever's grandmother's helping him, yeah.
Yeah.
I know they were talking that they ought to do the eco one that's a week or close to a week. Not eco, OSHA.
Oh, yeah.
So have they advertised for a full-time one
We
yet?
have not,
You have not? Okay.
not yet.
So the manager does work 40 hours a week then? That's the only one that works for
Right,
another
truck
truck
driver.
driver? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the transfer station actually operate all 7 days? No.
in terms of being open?
In terms, no, I know it's not
Oh,
open.
just operating.
Just operating,
Somebody
like,
there.
no.
I mean, manager might come in if something needs to be done. Public works staff is down there doing projects. Josh or somebody else might be coming in and packing things down after a busy day. But for the most part, when it's closed, there's no more than one person there on a part-time basis for a project to clean up. I mean, truck drivers would be moving cans all the time, almost 7 days a week now. That's why we need that other driver. You gotta give Terry Garrity a weekend off here, starting soon. I'll make one word change here. Julia, I think we should just change this to hauling fuel, line 397. That was what we paid Dean to haul our trash. And now we've identified that as, that number is 3,500 gallons of diesel fuel.
Then just put, let me make sure that's the fuel line it should be.
Actually, it should go up under supplies. To be up in and around 376 to 378 row.
Should be 5250 if you're moving it to just fuel.
5250. Okay. I'm not gonna change the number, folks, so your numbers don't change, but
So it's going up in the supplies of 20.
I think we can do that for the next round. Editorial change on it.
How much do they bring in?
Revenue for transfer station.
I know it's not much, but,
No, they do very good down there.
do they?
Because they sell the steel
Oh, yeah.
and the grinding. We pay for the grinding, but they also get paid some of it. But the steel brings in quite a, when it's a good price, so.
Yeah.
We budgeted just under 120,000 for revenue for this year. We collected 76.5 so far. Metal, we budgeted 25 in revenue. We collected just under 16.
And there's another check on my desk that it just came today, but I don't know how much from Grimmel.
So it's what, quarter of the budget?
Motion, any discussion?
I think I'm good with this budget.
29, the last year's budget for the transfer station, they brought in the excess of $115,000.
That would have been the entire year before
Yes.
we're in now,
Yes,
ending June 30, 2019.
yes. And they were projected to bring in 1,250, so that's approximately $15,000 more than what they were projected. The highest was on the non-recyclables and the metal. The metal was over $10,000 more, and the non-recyclables was $11,000 more.
Remember, there's one thing we talked about before, and that's whether or not to get rid of spring cleanup. You guys can make a statement on that if you want. I am fine with getting rid of that $22,000 line and coming up with some type of a free coupon. Everybody, when they get their transfer station sticker, they can have X number of free tires, that card is punched, they can have free this or free that, whatever the selectmen decide. And we can eliminate that day, which would be unpopular the first couple of years, but this is costing us a lot of money for one day. And I think the anecdotal stories from the staff are such that some of the stuff's coming from outside of here. We don't know how much, we'll never be able to tell that. But to be able to spread that load over the entire year would help the staff so much, because they'll spend as much as 2 or 3 days with moving all that stuff. And now that we haul our own stuff with one truck, we can't do this right afterwards and still be back in operation on probably Wednesday. We have the free weekend, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that one household shouldn't have more than 4 to 8 tires.
Well,
Or
you have
one
garages here that-
refrigerator or one, one major appliance.
Garages wait to bring all their tires to the transfer station.
It's been abused.
And the thing of it is, if they're collecting fees for that, where's the accountability?
And saving them up for the big day.
That's right.
So-
So where's the accountability with,
If either you folks are selectmen direct me to take X number of dollars off, that's one of the first things that I would do for my draft budget at the moment.
In Standish, where we have my transfer station where I go, they'll have a month period of just free brush, not everything else, but free brush. And I know they're open 4 days a week.
There are different ways. Casco does the same type thing.
Yeah.
You get a coupon book, and now they're a little different. They weigh you going in, weigh you going out. You're still paying the tipping fee, but you don't have to have the sticker to get in. And you have so many visits you can go and take care of it. So I agree. There's got to be a better way to tweak it a little bit.
well, that sounds interesting, the book, because they can, instead of having the free day, they can just bring their
Absolutely.
refrigerator or their tires anytime, and once they turn in that coupon, they can't use it until they get a new book next year.
But other than that, they pay the per unit cost.
That's right. And how, is there any way to prevent people from throwing it on the side of the road if we make these restrictions?
I think that was part of the reason, wasn't it, Tim, that
Yep.
this was started?
I think we just keep an eye on it. If we do discontinue it, keep an eye on it. And I mean, just because you do a good thing doesn't mean you need to do it forever. I mean, you would think that this would begin to drop off, but it doesn't. Every year is just as intense as the year before.
Well, I think because people see how easy it is to just free for all.
Game the system.
Hook up a trailer to someone's car with a dump sticker and load it up and drive it over.
Spreading it out throughout the year, you have more control and you have more of an assurance that it is from here.
Less abuse.
The businesses concern me because they're collecting a disposal fee. And I'm curious to see how that works with the state when they,
For the tires, you mean?
that's right, they're
Right.
collecting a disposal fee.
Oh, yeah.
And why pay to dispose of them when you can save them up for the year and get rid of them in one day for free?
Right, but
For the-
where does that disposal fee go? Like, is that regulated by the
Goes in their
state?
pocket.
We all know where it goes.
Yeah.
It's in their bottom line.
Well, what I mean is, in terms of compliance with the state, because isn't the disposal fee driven by the state?
Yeah, they've already had that. When you buy the tire, you pay that now, so that goes to the state at that time. So if they sell the tire, that fee immediately goes to DEP or whoever it is.
Same with
Well,
white goods. There's a
Someday
fee
when I
right
have
up
time,
front.
I'm gonna sit down and figure it out. Because,
You could be the future transfer station manager.
I just, it just bothers me when, it's like collecting sales tax and then not remitting it, I mean, I kind of think it's in the same realm of regulation and compliance.
Well, what do you folks think philosophically about spring cleanup?
I think it should be reduced.
Want to eliminate it and spread it out throughout the year, or keep it?
But if we reduce it, I think we have to have that other plan in place.
That's not hard to do. We're talking about coupons. It can
So
be-
would you mail them to each household?
No, when you get your sticker, you get them in here.
Okay.
without having done any homework on this, I would say it was something that would be punched. So there's a physical change to that piece of paper. Or that piece of paper comes in,
And it stays
And
there.
it stays, like you
Yes.
tear it out of
One
a
piece
book
of
or
paper and
something.
you use it and there
It's
you
out
go.
of the book,
Yeah,
gone.
just
Yep.
tear it out of the book.
And limit the number of tires and white goods and things.
That's
like that.
right.
Yep.
Have it all printed right on the coupon thing.
I mean, it's gonna take more time for the transfer station personnel to check each person coming in terms of getting their card punched or,
yeah, but that's,
They look at just about every load that comes in.
That's not
Every
how
load.
they do.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody comes
Right,
in,
they do.
you may have 10
Yeah.
cars that don't use the card, but somebody comes in, they'll process it, tear it out, punch it, whatever we end up doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the new sticker starts July 1st, right? The new,
Think so.
the new,
June 30th, July, or something like that.
July 1st is the new, your new,
Well, it seems so we have
Transfer station.
consensus, we have a vote perhaps on
Yeah.
one line.
So I'd, yeah, I'd say get rid of it. I'd
Do
move to
away
get
with
rid of the 22 and let the selectmen decide.
well, it's still
The,
gonna cost us based on,
No, you're not gonna do.
oh, you're not gonna have the free
You're
day.
not
You're
gonna
not
do
gonna have
it
the free
You're
day, I'd say
totally
at all.
And you're
Yeah.
not paying for extra employees down there because even the janitor works down there.
And contractors,
Yeah.
pay contractors.
So they can do it all year, they can do it anytime throughout the year.
Yeah.
They can use those coupons.
Yeah.
But it still costs us
Yes.
to accept them for free.
That's true. You can,
It's nothing compared to what
Yeah.
happens.
Just-
Well, yes, I know that, but I mean, I don't think we should eliminate the entire number. I think we should.
Yeah, but you're not reducing the cost of it by hiring the people, the meals to feed the guys, the trucks to remove all the stuff. You're gonna see your revenues go down because you're giving it to them free during the course of the year. That's all. You see your revenues don't get anything at all, but if they have a coupon book, you're specifically sticking it to one thing or two, the things that you've got in your book, and you'd see it that way instead of, it is very expensive, and I know that the payroll is very high that day.
how much of that 22 is payroll versus tonnage of things?
I'd have to go print out one detailed expense report.
Right, but I guess what I'm getting at is if people bring back refrigerators, it costs us to get rid of the Freon, right? I mean, there's still costs associated with,
That's true.
But you have no way of applying it to that line if you're given a coupon book.
okay,
The only thing you'd be applying it, unless you put a value to it when you figure your coupon book, what you put in it would be the only,
right. So I guess what I'm getting at, will it increase the costs in the overall budget for the,
Some of those
The
monies would be
transfer station.
transferred to other lines, no question about it. I'm a
but
bit
this
of-
line we can get rid of.
I would take it to zero. You're making a kind of a political operational statement here, suggesting to selectmen we make a significant change, and I would live with, some of those monies are gonna be dispersed up above, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
where they already are because of the cost of hauling the stuff.
yeah, okay.
So how many coupons would you put in a book?
I don't know. We can't answer that now.
Well, that would kind of dictate how much the town pays out to get rid of things.
Yeah, I would give somebody a free refrigerator, I mean, X number of free tires, I'd say either 4 or 8.
Okay.
A usual household load of things like that. It would be simple. Did you get a second?
That'd be a good question to ask Josh.
I don't think we got a motion.
Well, I was gonna move that we eliminate the 22 with all the, well, I'd say remove it to eliminate to stop funding the spring cleanup day. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I'll second.
Discussion. All in favor of reducing it to zero?
4-0.
Okay.
Down to
$543,415.
Get the machine.
Oh, that's in the department recommendation, though. That's not town administrator's line.
Yeah, let's work from mine, please.
Yes.
That would be easier
Yeah.
from leftover, so.
What'd you say, Tim?
No,
I had the wrong line,
Okay.
disregard, please.
take it out of mine, and I've got it as 537,415.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That's what I have.
The budget committee call. Vote on the whole total then?
Yep.
Yep.
I make a motion, we use the amount of $537,415.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor of 537,415?
4-0. Thank you. No doubt, there is some healthy debate in the community. Public Works.
All right.
Quite a few small to almost medium increases on page 16. Scattered around a lot of different lines.
For the director's salary, why is it approximated and not put in, does that make that hard for like FICA and retirement?
Quite often in budgeting, I round up, especially in the text box where that doesn't really exist.
Okay.
That number that, Julie might have been, or Sherry might have been using to total up for this line, it was probably, was north of 65,500, but,
Your salaries are okay there. I'll back up with what Gary has there, because I went through and went over all the salaries.
I know last week, Gary, you and I had a conversation about the sand and salt,
yes.
and you said it was, what, $8 a ton for sand and 67 or 65 for salt
$8 a yard.
and a yard?
A yard for sand, a ton for salt.
Okay.
Almost the same in volume, but not quite.
So then down in the ditching line, which would be about 442,
Yep.
you said it was 125. Now, when you said 125, where does that number come from?
The DOT did a study, and for every cubic yard of sand you pull out of a ditch, pull off the road, that's costing you $125 in labor and other materials to get it off the road.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry, to apply it and then to take it back off,
Okay.
which is why when the state uses salt only, obviously they don't go back and pick anything up
Right.
unless they've used some sand. In a lot of places they don't.
I'm not thinking that would be a bad idea for the town, considering, and we spoke on my road, they're plowing, dropping sand. They come back in, they plow that sand up. They come back, drop more sand. Come back in and plow that up,
Yep.
drop salt. Come back in and plow again, drop more salt. So they're wasting a lot of product. And it's gonna cost a lot of money to
It ends up in the snow.
clean it up.
Nothing new, so.
Right.
But you can see at $8 for a yard of sand versus about 70, the difference if you used all salt all the time. You would spend a lot more money on that sand and salt line. It would probably have to, I've not figured that out. It would at least be another 100, if not double that, if all we used was salt.
How many tons this year has he used? Or does he get at the beginning of the year,
Oh no, we get it all throughout the winter,
throughout the winter?
yeah.
Do you know what the total is so far?
I don't, we have a number here, but I don't know the tonnage.
No, so got the salt and sand in that expense lot. I'd have to go run to an expense report to break it out.
Yeah, out of the 190,000 for this year, we spent 118, which is both sand and salt.
And trucking.
And trucking?
We could get the salt tonnage for you fairly quickly though.
Yeah, do you want that, Diane, and I'll go print it out?
I think that would be a good idea because
For
I
this
think,
year, or do you want what they bought last year?
last year and what we've used so far this year.
It's a fine question. I don't think you're gonna change the philosophy that people want sand on an icy road.
It depends on the conditions too, because in an ice storm, it'll continue to ice over just pure salt. Until all of a sudden it melts and people say, why are you putting so much salt on the road?
I'm not necessarily saying do away with the sand, keep some sand, but I'm just seeing a lot of product being wasted by being laid and then plowed back up and laid again, plowed back up.
I don't know that you can ever get away from that. If you-
It's just
I
like
think
on
it's the
the
nature of the
primary
beast.
I think it's cost of
No, it's
doing
on my
business.
side road,
Absolutely.
side street.
my side road. We're not the only one that's.
No, they're told to salt, the
I don't
sand,
get
salt
any on my
everything.
You
street.
don't get any.
That's more of a problem.
I don't, sometimes it doesn't get plowed either, and I'm like
I was
driving down the road.
I was
6
down there
inches of
watching some
snow.
guy load at the last storm, and he did all salt.
Also,
And it made me curious, and I wanted to go talk to him, but I didn't, because he
we've had
doesn't,
both come around today.
he
so.
doesn't know me from Adam. All depends what's coming down out of the sky when you do that. You have to be more and more of a weatherman to do that, like I said before.
There's a
Yeah.
science to it. Dwayne Woodson would be a good person to talk to about it. And David and Doug, you know, they probably all have slightly different.
I think Doug
opinions.
used mostly salt, didn't he? No?
My driveway's not even plowed, so,
Is that the town's fault?
no. But my street's probably not plowed, which will be a good thing, because then I can get in my driveway.
All right, back to Public Works now.
It says 65K for roads and bridges. Which roads is he gonna do? I missed that.
What line are you on?
Where are we here?
Line 442.
I think he mentioned Star Hill because it's been bumped for a couple of years to fund other
Yes,
things.
some of that would be,
Star Hill was budgeted last year.
And I even think the year before, they used it for
Yeah.
that money for the old Alfred Road. We
Yeah.
used that.
So I think Star Hill is all set. They put the one layer down this fall, and they're gonna finish it this year, but I think that's in this year's budget.
well, a good portion of that is, that 65,000 roads and bridges, most of that is not paving. I would say, we've got 25 existing ditch cleanouts, creating new ditches, some bridge work, the guardrails over the river up on New Dam Road, over the Ospey River, completely rusted out. Something like that could be in there, I'm not sure if it is.
Didn't we talk about Middle Road? A lot of that was Middle Road?
Middle road paving is gonna be heavy, but
I
that's
don't
not,
think that would be in here.
It's not in here.
65,000 doesn't go very far when you
No.
do paving. The other one area, if you wanted to take a peek at it, is in the hot tub, line 423. He bumped that from 275 to 350. And I don't doubt that we can use all of that and make good use of it. I would suggest just a suggestion, if you want to make a reduction here, you could take a look at that line also. Because he asked for, I think, 300 or more than that last year, and I took it down to 275. I think taking 50,000 out of that line 423 makes more sense than taking anything out of 442. It's still a 10% increase in paving costs.
What are your thoughts on reducing that, Dennis?
I was just thinking about that.
My concern is, I know the middle road is a big job.
Yeah, I think it was, I was trying to think of what he
And
said.
I remember last year Dwayne talking about how neglectful we've been on our roads, and I just hesitate to take the easy way out.
Middle Road, we have 50,000 for culverts, ditching, and some pavement. I can't believe that's the whole piece up there. There are 5 culverts to replace, with some ditching for 50 grand. And then some of the pavement, or a good portion of the pavement on Middle would come out of this line 423, hot top. I wouldn't take any more than 50. I wouldn't take it down below 300. I think his
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
increased request is be demonstrable.
How do we feel about going to 325? He's getting a $50,000 increase, but we're still trying to rein it in a little bit.
Yeah.
Does that work?
325, yeah.
325?
Yeah.
320 or 325?
325.
325? Okay. So, I need a motion on it.
I've motioned we go to, cut the hot top to 325,000 in line 423.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Line 423, we have a motion and a second to reduce it to 325,000. All in favor?
4-0. Thank you.
Have they given any thought, well, I know they've given thought, but what have they thought about possibly getting plow trucks?
Well, that's a bigger nut to crack.
That's a biggie.
Okay. You're gonna double your public works budget when you do that. You're gonna build a very expensive garage, you gotta have at least one, if not 2 mechanics. $500,000 a year is a lot of money, but it doesn't have to be in one fell swoop. You gotta build a building to start with, and you could add a new plow truck every few years and take 10 or 12 miles every time you do that away from the contractor and kind of bleed it in that way and do, you know, part of the town ourselves. And I don't want to go anywhere near that right now because that's such an expensive leap. We've got so many other things that we need to spend our money on. When you look at it, it's hard to say $500,000 a year is cheaper than going that route. What are you going to do with your people in the summertime? You're going to have a hard time finding, especially in this economy, a hard time finding wintertime drivers to drive your trucks. You're going to have to pay them a lot more than probably Paul pays his drivers now. You'd have to have an office down there with a staff person, and you really open up the department to be its own functioning thing down there at the transfer station. With an office, 6 bays, heated bays. We're gonna end up there, Jim, you're right. It's just a matter of, I guess, when and how much the public is willing to tolerate. Not as good a job right now with this contractor. We're destroying a lot of mailboxes that we never did before with Fulton Hills. Yeah, we're picking, there was a rock about this size in the middle of Hamilton Road today. This guy picked it off a stone wall and brought it into the road with his plow the last storm. And, I couldn't move it. Somebody else did today. Those things are gonna happen because you don't have the quality.
The CDL driver on 413, that was going to be shared with the transfer station, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
that person's gonna take a good deal of that work themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, to answer your question, 2019, we purchased 2,496.15 ton of salt, 4,942.96 of sand ton. As of today, we've purchased 1,994.06 of salt, 2,703.04 of sand as of today. And that's all tonnage. Luckily, I put the tonnage on code.
Yuck, I don't like that salt number. Jeepers, we're almost up to last year's already. Still got another month.
At the last meeting, he said he had quite a bit up there when he was here.
They delivered last week, is that probably not, it doesn't include a bill most recently.
The last bill that I put in, that's this year's,
Probably the first week of February. wasn't
salt hasn't come in since January 8th. Sand has come in as far as February 2nd.
it? Okay. So I have a total of 1,584,920 if you're.
Yep, that's what I have.
Put that to 3
That's mine.
up top.
Have a motion.
Motion to accept $1,584,920 for Public Works budget.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion?
Sherry, would you say the figure one more time, please?
$1,584,920.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All in favor?
4-0, thank you.
General assistance.
General assistance went down. I do not recommend you raise it. Sign of the times, which is a nice thing.
I'd make the motion to accept the 36,610. Any discussion? 452, general assistance. All in favor?
4-0, thank you. Skip over education, we don't have any information there. Go to the CIP, line 487 and below. It's up about $44,000. The difference between myself and, which is mostly Matt's column, but not exclusively, is that I took out the $217,000 garage. I took out line 493, the plow for the fire department service truck. I took out line 504, replacing the vehicle for the deputy chief, or replacing a new vehicle.
Why did you take the plow out, Gary? I thought they needed it.
They can use it, but, I mean, if we're going to have a new one-ton truck, and we keep the old one,
Mhm.
We also have a plow on Public Works Director's truck. So
Okay.
I think we can, if something's gotta go, I think that's a piece of low-hanging fruit right there. Matt would like to have it. He would use it and not have to call for Public Works if they need to get down a road that's not plowed.
Mhm.
They could just send the truck with a plow on it, have it all ready there to go. That's nice. I just, when I saw my budget was 500,000 over, or, well, more than that. Right now, it's down to about 500,000 up versus last year. I knew philosophically, I know my 5 bosses aren't gonna even wanna do that, so I don't blame them. That's just, unless we have an offsetting revenue, and that's, we don't, tonight's not to talk about revenue. I think the storage garage at the fire station, you've heard me talk about that. I think that's an easy one to philosophically debate at another time for, an addition to the station.
Yeah, I mean, I think the garage, the new garage building, I think it's a Band-Aid.
Absolutely.
It's
Needs to be
not gonna
attached.
solve the problem.
It solves the storage problem, but that's it. It doesn't go to some of the other things that are internal
Right,
there.
and just what they're gonna put in there for storage just doesn't seem to be worth it. Putting the boat in there and the UTV or whatever it is that.
And Lisa Bennett's vehicle is running okay now. It doesn't have all kinds of cancer, so it doesn't look bad. And it runs.
It passes inspection.
Oh, yes. Yes. In my mind, the ladder truck, line 505, and the new Public Works 1-ton, those are my top priorities for new vehicles, if you will. And it was pretty easy to say no to the other one.
In the Quonset hut, how many of the containers can they put in there to
They
heat
can
it?
put 3 in there.
3 in there?
I've never watched them do it, but boy, that last one. I mean, the first 2,
Must
they
be
go
pretty
open
tight, I
in
would
the
think.
sides, yeah. I don't know how they do it with that big truck to scoot them in there, but they can get 3 in there.
Were they talking a regular oil fire furnace for in there, or?
They wanted waste oil.
Yeah, I think that would be smart, waste oil, and then, do you recall what those heaters, those Modine heaters that were up about 8 feet in the fire station in the corners? It's big units, so you can turn that on. The only water over there in the Quonset hut is already in the heat. So if you don't need the heat over there, you don't need to turn it on. Probably have it on the timer thermostat, so if you tuck the stuff in there overnight, it can go on and off when you want it to. We're spending a lot of money renting those torpedo heaters now. And I think without a doubt, we're gonna have to still thaw out household rubbish before we take it to EcoMaine.
So these are full containers that you're putting in there?
Yeah, we're trying to thaw out the rubbish so it'll slide out the container.
Some of it stays in the can if you don't.
Yeah,
And you bring it back.
So you pay twice.
Yeah,
yeah.
because you get weight.
It can be, a quarter to a half of the load gets frozen in there. You can't get a big rainstorm. We haven't been able to haul it in a fairly quick fashion. I don't want to do that, but I'd
So
rather
maybe
install the
address
heat
the-
in the insulation over there and
Yeah,
stop
so we can
renting
go
these
line by
heaters.
line on this.
All of them should be line by line, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
So,
Where are you going to start?
What are you doing?
Line by line.
Line by line.
491.
491. Fire department, 15 SCBA bottles, requesting $14,250.
Make a motion that they, 14,250 for the SCBA bottles.
Second.
Yeah.
All in favor? The air compressor for the SCBA bottles, $31,000. Line 492.
What's your-
Okay.
Okay, motion to accept $31,000 for the SCBA air compressor.
Do I have a second? No second. Okay.
Oh, so
Then we'll-
I'll second it.
Oh,
I was thinking-
I was thinking of something else.
oh. So you did have
Thinking of
a
something
a
else.
second?
Sorry about that.
My only concern with that, there's obviously a need for it, but the one we have works, but this is a matter of efficiency, if I understood.
Yep, I think you, I
Request.
think that's exactly what they said.
It's faster.
Yep. Higher pressure.
And more dependable too. The other
That's
one
right.
is kind of iffy.
It could be a safety issue if they
Yeah.
Yeah.
have
If they
more
were
than
getting a
one
little more
fire.
air and, they could get a little
That's
more
right,
air
they
in
can
them with
get
a
more
new one.
capacity out of a new one.
Right.
Okay.
So we have a motion and a second for $31,000 for the air compressor for the SCBA equipment. Any discussion? All in favor?
4-0.
Opposed?
3-1.
I think it's
3-1.
4-1
It's
or
3-1.
3-1.
3-1.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who was one?
Gee.
Okay.
Snowplow for the service truck, for the fire department. The V-plow, actually. They're requesting $6,350. Town administrator recommends $0.
I would motion to go with the zero on line 493.
I'll second that. Any discussion?
Will the truck that they use from DPW be close by the fire station so that one of them can drive it, or is,
You never know that. I mean, most
so
of
is
the time,
DPW gonna be?
they
on
usually get a
call?
phone call or radio, more of a phone call than a radio call. We need some help getting down this camp road.
Oh, and I understand
And
that.
either Tommy or David would head out there and plow it.
I was just thinking of response time.
Right, it could delay.
It can. That's the nice part of having a plow. You don't have that delay. But they've
You
been,
also gotta have a driver, if you don't have the staff, you don't have a driver for the truck.
True.
And their truck could be
Look at
someplace
it
else
both
and they
ways.
need it in another area too.
Mhm.
It hasn't been a huge issue up to this point.
it's a regular issue. They deal with it. I mean,
Yeah.
when it's snowing out and, I mean, David carries his pager or he has it on his cell phone. When there's a call going off, he hears all those calls. And a lot of times it's him that jumps in the truck and heads out to plow something out or to bring some sand. If they're slinging water and the house is close to the road, you know, David gets things going and gets a sand truck there. One or both of our sand trucks to get water on the street so people don't fall down and get hurt. So vehicles can move.
Any more discussion? Okay. I believe we have a,
First and.
Yeah.
Yep, you got them both.
all right. All in favor of moving it to 0?
4-0. Thank you.
All right.
With the Knox-Box technology as being unsupported, and I'd like to take this out and think that things would continue to work, but unfortunately, I don't think that's logical or doable.
So line 494, fire department, Knox box key secure, 6. They're requesting $9,413 for the upgrade. Town administrator is recommending $9,413. Do I hear a motion?
I'll move we accept that 9413.
I'll second.
A second. Any discussion? All in favor?
4-0. At the repeater site, we've been very fortunate. We've been given an easement from Mr. Carroll up there to, we hope, have our own antenna, or at least a site for the generator if we were able to use the existing antenna. But if we lose that antenna, our staff can be blind, hidden in the shadow by Ospey Mountain and not be able to talk to anybody. That's the reason that we need that tower up there. We have one on Fort Ridge that doesn't do as much for us. The Ospey one is essential for communication in a good chunk of the town. This is an estimate. Hopefully we can get it done for less. But I think it's something that needs to be funded.
So, line 495, fire department, Ospey repeater site, backup power generator purchase and install. Fire department's requesting $30,000. Town administrator is suggesting $30,000. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to accept $30,000 for the repeater site.
Second.
Got a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
4-0, thank you. South Station on line 497, we're replacing 2 space heaters down there, conventional residential space heaters that are old. I think he's sticking with K1 for the moment, but we don't have space to properly put a propane tank down there.
Wouldn't number 2 heating oil be cheaper?
You can't run those in one of the K1 units, I don't believe. Put in a boiler, you mean?
Yeah, put in a boiler.
Could cost you a lot more than that, put in registers. You do a hot air, I guess. This is not obviously these are just these 2 of these individual units like you'd have in your home.
They're not vented, right?
They're direct vented,
Okay.
yeah.
And 497, South Station heaters. We're requesting $5,500. Town administrator is confirming $5,500. Do I have a motion?
Motion to accept $5,500 for the South Station heaters.
Second.
All in favor?
4-0, thank you.
Okay, another big one. For the fire department, garage/storage unit. They wanted to build a 40 by 30 shed, correct?
It was 40 deep, I don't remember exactly how long. It was deep enough so that you could get the trailer and the boat in it, or the ATV trailer in it. That's why the price was so high. When Ted was here, he used to compare that with a normal garage. Well, a normal garage isn't 40 feet deep. So,
Didn't Dennis also say that he could get one a lot cheaper?
I don't doubt you could. This was one estimate from somebody over the phone.
Yeah. So maybe sometime they can come back with a new number or a more definitive number, like next year or something.
I think we'd need to have the bigger conversation with the selectmen first. If they say we're not going back to the voters, then staff knows that maybe we do have to do this. But let's have that conversation first, see where we are.
The fire department is requesting $217,000. Town administrator is recommending $0. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to use $0, the administrator's recommendation of $0 for the garage storage.
Second motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
4-0, thank you. Well, the library, you could actually take 499 and 501 together if you want. They're part of the same project. The roof, that shed roof out back there is structurally suspect. It leaks heat, consequently water, and we don't have a heat tape on it like we do now.
You're talking about the chimney and the roof?
That's correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
And the library, just, I mean, LED lights inside. If you want to put those three together, you can, or you can do them individually. It's up to you.
I say do them all, this package.
Well, the LED lights, the only thing about that is how critical is it? And is there a
There's a rebate involved.
rebate for efficiency?
I think it's one of the last places that still has the old T8 fluorescents in it.
I don't think there's another building in town
No, they're huge
that we
too.
have not done, so.
Okay,
It's not a friendly light.
okay, well, we can do all three then. I'm okay with that.
21.3.
21,308.
Yep. So, is there a motion?
A motion, we accept lines 499, 500, and 501 for a total of, what did he say, 21.3?
21,308.
308, where do you get the
I
eight?
get the 08, but
Oh, maybe, I'm sorry, I put a line there that looked like an 8.
She wanted to boost it a little
I
bit.
guess so.
Yeah, I changed the
And it's
0 to an
really
8.
So again, motion for 21.8.
It's my turn to mess up the numbers.
21.3, thank you, Julie, for the improvements to
second
the
it.
library.
Okay. We got a motion and a second. All in favor? Yeah, passes.
Tried to get those $8. Sorry, library. Sorry about that, library lady.
And your decision on the Quonset is whether or not you want to continue to use rented heaters to do what we're doing now.
And how much do the renter heaters cost?
That's an excellent question. I don't know.
I don't, right off the top,
Um,
See if I have it.
I'm guessing it must be at least $50 a day.
I know,
We
But
have
the,
to-
but the
won't
plan
be-
was he was gonna do a waste oil furnace in this.
That will probably not supply all the fuel. We don't collect that much.
Okay.
But we'll have backup clean fuel available
Sure.
for that. And we'll probably have to have some kind of a
Mix.
ductwork to get some hot air underneath these units down on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And shove some hoses down underneath it. So that's what we do now with these heaters. Point them right at the bottom of it.
I think it's a good idea.
Is this an estimate that they've gotten from someone, Gary?
It's a rough estimate. It's not a quote.
It's not approved.
So,
What kind of insulation was it? Was it the blow-in or?
No, it's gonna be sprayed.
Sprayed on.
We're gonna do it right. Spray it right
I didn't
on.
mean blow-on, I meant sprayed.
Yep. And you know, it's an inside metal wall. I imagine that would adhere quite well.
Mhm.
And it's gonna be well insulated. Insulation's cheaper than fuel, especially in an old metal building.
I know, okay.
so on line 502, the transfer station, insulate and install a furnace in the Quonset hut. Department's recommending $30,000. Town administrator also recommending $30,000. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion we accept the $30,000.
I'll second.
Motion in a second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
4-0. Thank you.
vehicles. Line 504, fire department, replace a 2008 staff vehicle. Estimate $40,000, $12K per year. So that would be $12,000 up front. The fire department's requesting $12,000 up front. Town administrator is recommending $0.
I should have brought you guys some food. You don't even want to make motions on zeros that I give you. Come on, you can finish tonight by 6:30. Wind it up a little here.
I'll make a motion then that we accept the town administrator's 0.
I'll second that. Any discussion? All in favor?
You up, Diane? Yes?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I was up too. Did you see me?
I did.
Wake up!
Line 505, fire department, replace,
Should say
Used ladder
used,
truck.
yeah,
it's supposed to be
used.
used ladder truck.
Yeah, that's what I
Estimated-
thought.
Estimated cost of $450,000. $60,000 per year is what it would cost. Department is requesting $60,000. Town administrator is recommending $60,000 a year. Do I have any, yeah, can't think of that. A motion.
So you started looking for one yet?
He has, he's been looking for some time just
Has
to
he?
see what's out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have it at
Trying to
top?
find departments that trade every 10.
Mhm.
He found a 2018, but I said, what's wrong with that one? Somebody trading that in.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And it's probably more than 450,000.
Yes.
I'm sure.
But there are departments out there throughout the country that we're gonna have to travel to get this. They trade on a regular basis. Big cities, they don't like maintenance. Don't blame them. So this will say replace with used ladder truck. I've got some work to do on the wording here.
I'll make a motion, we accept the $60,000. We gotta do it.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? No? All in favor? All opposed?
3-1. Thank you. This is the 1 ton, and from my philosophy is we keep the truck we have now even after we buy this one and have it as a backup.
Now, is this a finance truck? Or is it, we're buying it outright for 65,000?
This would get moved over. I would not pay cash for this, I would finance it.
But the total cost is 65,000?
Oh,
Yes.
true. Yeah, the way I'm getting, oh, sure, sorry. The way I've got this in here, this is a cash sale. We certainly do not have to do that. That would make a better bottom line.
So right now, the estimated total cost is $65,000, and if we finance, it could be about, what, 15,000 a year, a little more than 15 a year?
Yeah, but say if you want to do that, that's fine with me. Put 15 in your column, and we'll say finance.
Is that for 5 years?
Well, it's, you gotta calculate, I don't know the finance charges, so
Oh, yeah.
we'll just do approximate.
That'd be safe. That way, the last payment of the...
Yeah, so we'll put 15 as an estimate with finance charges for leasing.
Yep, that's fine. I like that idea.
All right, 506, Public Works, 1 ton truck with stainless steel body and plow. Department is requesting $65,000 total, and town administrator, $65,000 total. But he said we'd be financing it, so it's going to be $15,000 a year, you said?
Yeah, we would,
For 5 years.
yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
Do I hear a motion?
Motion to accept $15,000 a year to finance a new one-ton truck and stainless steel body.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? No? All in favor?
4-0, thank you.
Upgrade roads. 508, Deering Ridge Road, culverts, ditching, pavement, townhouse to Hopper Hill Road. Department's requesting $50,000 for this. Town administrators recommending $50,000. Do I have a motion?
I move $50,000 in 508.
I'll second that.
How many culverts, Gary, do you know?
How many culverts?
Mm-hmm.
Deering Ridge? Can't be too many left.
I'm
Half
trying
a
to
dozen,
think.
maybe 10. Do you have any?
This is on the steep part, so I know there's a big one down at the bottom of the
At the bottom of the
stream.
hill, yeah.
Mainly it's the ditching, because it washes out. There aren't any ditches right now.
Oh, I know.
It's a problem there. I say definitely one big one at the bottom of the hill, and after that, there can't be too many.
So the bulk of this would be paving then, from townhouse to Hoop
And ditching,
Yeah, because that hasn't been paid for a long time.
it's rough.
So a motion and a second, is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Any more discussion? No? All in favor of $50,000?
4-0, thank you.
$509, Hamilton Road, culverts and ditching. Department's requesting $12,000. Town administrator is requesting $12,000. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion in line 509 for $12,000.
Second?
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
4-0, thank you.
510, Middle Road, culverts, ditching, and pavement. Looks like they're going to do 5 culverts. We're requesting $50,000. Town administrator's recommending $50,000. Do I have a, yeah,
Motion?
motion, thank you.
So moved. 50,000.
It's getting late. We got a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
4-0, thank you. Tell you, the next two things have been dangling for years. You want to take them both together, I think that's fine, because
Yeah, well, the last one too, he said was in desperate need.
we owe these people these 2 fixtures.
Yeah. So 19,500.
Yep.
Yeah. 511 and 512.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oak Street, new drainage structure, and 512 Pheasant Run, new drainage structure. For a total of $19,500.
I'll make a motion for that.
Okay.
Second?
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Thank you.
Now, here in the total, may I make the recommendation
Yep.
that for the budget committee, you take out a grand total of that 65,000
Yeah.
and add 15,000 and re-vote on Department 13, because if you're talking about a lease, that would increase that there.
Yeah, so it's
Am I right, Gary?
347. Wait, yeah, 347. 963. Did we change anything else?
I thought we did.
Because if you're gonna finance that, that's when it doesn't belong there.
Yeah, and we can do that.
That's the only one we changed.
You can do that with another note here in text below, that'll take yours, essentially take yours to 0 for line 506, and we'll put the 15 over into finance and leasing with this identical title on it, only under the budget committee.
Because they've already voted on the leasing, so we,
So I think Julie's suggestion is a good one, so we'll take, your effective line on 506 will be 0.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you're adding the 15.
Into the financing.
Yep.
Correct. Did you do numbers yet, Julie?
okay, if you're taking out the 65,332,963. Because everything else you went on with what Gary's had said.
Yeah,
And I just took the 65,000 from 397.
okay.
So there's your total, 332,963, is that correct?
Yes,
332,963.
So motion to accept $332,963 for the total capital improvements budget.
I'll second it.
Second. All right. You get a motion and a second. All in favor? And opposed?
3-1, thank you.
then we go back and we vote on
Yep, might as well do that now.
line 44.
Okay.
Page 2.
So you'll be adding $15,000 to the budget for the principal.
$44?
Yeah.
Yes. So that'll bring it up to 309,364.
Yeah.
You've worked so hard, might as well show it where it belongs.
Yeah.
So another line.
Do I have a motion for 309,364?
Motion for 309,364 for line 44.
I'll second.
All in favor?
4-0.
4-0.
Good, thank you.
Yes.
And we're back, unclassified. We have interviews tomorrow for a contract deputy, so there's no question we're gonna have a second contract deputy. I don't think we need to bump up the 190 at all in row 522.
Okay.
I think going down here, your county tax is fine. The other zeros there, comp plan, road review, and EDC, Economic Development Committee are okay at zeros. Lake Arrowhead at 3,000, that's a traditional one we've been doing up there for milfoil. The stipends, remember we changed this the last time in line 529. We left the stipends in the planning board and the ZBA individual budgets. So we reduced this by, let's see, what, $1,800? No, $2,800. $3,800.
It was in there 65.
Right. So that's the reason for the change there. You'll see in the text, under line 529, the planning board is not in there, the ZBA is not in there. That's why the numbers went down. The other things in here are routine, and I would note, Tom's not here tonight, but you'll notice on line 541, you voted last year to not fund the life flight. This is the biggest one in here that was asked for but not put in. I honored your request before and put mine at 0. If you wish to change that, that's up to you. And there's one little new Maine Public TV request that I acknowledged by $100, but I did not put anything in there.
What was his reasoning for not funding Lifeline?
I mean,
They make a lot of money.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was.
But the thing of it is, I did the research on this, and the thing of it is that it's an emergency room on, a helicopter.
hmm.
They are set up as an emergency room.
Right. But I meant your insurance is paying for it and it's astronomical, because a friend of mine didn't use it. So they're getting paid for everything too.
Yeah, but it's also a nonprofit, and the insurance company doesn't pay dollar for dollar either. They knock it down.
So you're speaking in favor of that?
I didn't want to get rid of it last year, but
Well, the bottom line for me, if you want to make some
I would, but
adjustments,
it doesn't
that,
mean it's going to be voted on.
that's fine, but my total should not change right for the moment. If you folks want to take an individual line or two and have discussion, that's fine, but I'm good with my 663,983 for this section. With the edits that we've already talked about.
I'm of mind to leave it the way it is, that Gary's number.
Is that a motion?
I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, I'll make the motion, 663,983 on line 519 for unclassified.
I'll second that. Is there any discussion?
Well, I would rather vote for Life Flight separately so that I don't have to vote out the rest of the department.
Okay.
Withdraw your second and first and make a motion on Lifeline, see where that goes.
All right.
Okay? I motion that we add
Well,
in.
get them to withdraw first.
I'll withdraw my motion.
I'll withdraw my
Okay.
second.
Okay, thank you. So I motion that we add $1,923 as recommended by the department for Life Flight Foundation.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Well, that was recommended just by Lifeline, not by anybody.
Oh, well,
That's what they're
Life Flight.
asking for.
Yeah,
Yeah, their
yeah.
request.
So you made the motion, was there a second? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Diane, okay, thanks.
All right, I get a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed?
Motion dies 2-2.
Okay, thank you.
Back to the main motion.
Back to the main motion.
Yeah,
John,
we'll try it again, 663,988,
Yeah.
663,983 on unclassified.
And I'll second. And any other discussion? No. All in favor of 663,983?
4-0. Thank you. And Old Home Days hasn't changed. Unless Sherry has something new.
Nope,
Is that,
we're all good with that.
okay?
I'll make a motion that we accept the $25,000 for Old Home Days.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
I'm recusing myself, I guess.
301, Sherry's on the
She's on the
committee.
board, that's right.
Alrighty.
All right, we'll get these changes done. And do you want to meet next
Well,
Monday?
we still
Question for you,
haven't voted
Gary.
on some of the
Did
sections.
we
Oh,
vote on general government? No.
no.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on.
All right,
That and the benefits of insurance.
yes, thank you.
Julie told us that we had to wait.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the change we had in general government was line 8, wasn't it, Julie? Computing the high estimate admittedly from me on full-time person that,
16, the interest, retirement
yep,
was what changed.
Yep.
And I
Be-
questioned
because
you,
of that.
I questioned you on that one,
right,
because you went with a high dollar figure.
yep. And then,
That was all that's in there. And then if you go through your insurances,
same answers, or
Same
same
answers.
related answers, yeah, okay. So the one thing to point out here is in line 8, I have plenty of money in there for a 40-hour-a-week person. Experience like Sherry is at the wage she's making, I doubt we'll spend that, but I'll go with that number. If you wish to make an adjustment, I wouldn't go below 45, but, and then the changes over in the insurances resulting from that.
Do you guys want to go line by line, or do you want to just vote on the whole thing?
Well, I think we went over everything last week, even though we didn't have the FICA numbers or the,
Right.
so
I think we just vote the whole.
we can do the
Whole
whole
shooting
department.
match.
Yeah.
So I move we accept 441, 160 for general government.
Yeah, second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
4-0, thank you. And you just did the leases change, so the other one is insurance and
Insurance,
benefits.
yeah.
Yes. And I changed the FICA and your insurance, your life, your health insurance stayed the same. The only reason that would change if the individual has children. It replaces Sherry.
There's only about a $600 difference, am I right?
Yeah. Yep, $575.
Yep.
So we have a total of 3 new employees, right?
In-
New, or
In
3 new,
Gary's,
3
in my
new
column.
positions.
Yes,
Correct,
and Gary's is 3.
yes. 2 fire, 1 transfer.
Yeah,
1
Gary's
public
is
works.
3.
Yep.
Okay, motion to accept $749,941 for insurance and benefits.
Okay.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
4-0, thank you.
That should be it.
Should be.
Would you like to meet next Monday? Or would you like to wait and have some initial discussion with the Board of Selectmen? And then we could, if there were any other little changes, we could clean them at that time. I don't know what we would talk about next Monday,
Yeah,
considering what you've done tonight.
I would say, say when the selectmen meet.
Yeah.
You know, they meet next Tuesday, and I'm pleased what you guys got done, what, 2 weeks earlier? So I will push them as much as I can to maybe have an informal workshop with you, talk about these hot button issues. The pre-dump day would be the most volatile, I can tell you that right now. That's fine, we need to have those discussions, so we've got some extra time to do that. But the meeting next week is up to you folks, just look, tell me now or tell me later.
Because we start at 5 next week, right? Executive session.
Yes, there's no room for discussion on these things next week before
Right.
their meeting. But we could get on the agenda for March 3rd.
Yeah.
And put them first.
I think the transfer station is something we really need to talk about.
All right, do we need a motion not to meet on Monday?
No, we can just, motion to adjourn or reconvene when
This
Okay.
when this, yeah.
Do any of you think we need to meet next week?
No.
Not unless there's a reason I don't know.
Excellent, administrative decision made. Adjourned at 6:20?
6:20.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job.
Your speed is very much appreciated in the last, look at that, we didn't get weathered out once either.
No.
That's what got us so much earlier.
Yeah. Almost today, but not quite.
Close. That's all we did with the,